I was thinking about how we're so divided today in America. Excuse me. That we are so divided today in America like never before in the history of America. We were closer when slavery existed in America than we are today. And it has gone out of control. There is no unity. It's all about race. It's all about whatever, everything but unity. We were one nation under God at one point. And we have allowed the wrong people to get into government, lawmakers and things like that, and they have divided us like never before in the history of America. It's crazy, but it's real. It is so real. I never thought I'd see it. And I have a story coming up for you where they were singing some black anthem or some dumb song in the government. And I'm like, wow, it was in Michigan, I believe. I have that coming up later. They were singing a dumb black anthem in America. This is not Africa. This is America. And now they're allowing these people to do this in our government. It's not going to unite us. It's going to divide even more so. There's some talk out there about the decent people separated from the evil people. Like, just let them have California, the evil people have California, New York, Detroit, and possibly Oregon. And then the good people go and form another union. It almost, because the people on the run, the Christians are on the run, they're not standing up. It almost sounds like a good idea, but what I know about evil is that if you run from it, even if all the good people went and build another union and separate it and just let the blacks and others have these dirty states, the evil people come to the beautiful area and destroy that as well because they already know that the people of good are not going to stand up. So they'll find you, you're right. Because evil hate good as much as good hate evil. There's a battle. It's a spiritual battle that lives in others. And if you don't deal with it and overcome it within yourself, you're not going to be able to deal with it and overcome it within others. It's just the way it is. So at some point, you got to put your feet on solid ground and stand up. And so I wanted to ask you about, have you tell us about this story from Breitbart? Mm-hmm. Take it from there.
Well, as you may know, as you may have already heard, yesterday the all 50 states' electoral votes were sent in. So that what that means is, you know, in this country, a candidate becomes a president when the states, the different states, their different electoral votes go to the electoral college, right?
Yeah.
And so they were put in yesterday, right?
And that was a normal day for it, or is that part of the game too?
You know, I don't know if yesterday was a normal day for it, but I believe it is.
Okay.
I believe that's the process.
Yesterday was December 14th. So yesterday was a normal day for electoral counts. Anybody know?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think that's out of the ordinary.
Okay. All right.
And so, and so they were sent in essence, making Joe Biden the president-elect, right? But to be clear, you know, that doesn't mean it's like over, right?
It doesn't mean it's over?
No, because, you know,
Yeah.
we have all these processes in the country, but
Did
there's
Donald Trump sing yet?
Exactly.
It ain't over.
That's what I've been saying. It's not over. I'm not convinced until he gives up.
That's right.
But just to be clear, right? Just to be clear,
Yeah.
to go by the Constitution, there's only one actual date in the Constitution that's written out that actually delineates the transfer of power, and that's January 20th, right?
Oh, okay.
So the next step right here is that on January 6th, the Congress will have to certify the electoral votes, right?
Right.
So the votes are sent in, Congress will certify it, and then the actual date that's enumerated in the Constitution is the 20th and not a day before.
And so yesterday you said all of the Electoral College vote were turned in.
Right.
And who made the decision about that yesterday?
Well, governors of the states,
Oh,
right?
okay.
The
Oh,
governor
yeah,
of the
that's
states.
right.
But there's a bit of a battle going on there, and we can get into that in a second. But there's something that happened in Michigan that's just so crazy. I couldn't believe it. I literally was shocked. I couldn't believe
I bet
it.
it has something to do with shameless black.
Lord. Well, Michigan electors met, right? They met for their meeting to put in the votes and all this,
Yeah.
as per usual, and they stood for the national anthem, as you should in a public office like that, right?
Right. This is Michigan.
Michigan.
Okay.
But then they were asked to stay standing for a rendition of "Lift Every Voice and Sing," which
What?
is
They're about to play football?
no. This is what's known as the Black National Anthem.
So this is, just to be clear,
Right.
the Michigan Electoral met
Right.
in the state Senate to cast their votes for Biden
Mm-hmm.
and stood for the national anthem. But this was followed by a rendition of Lift Every Voice and Sing, which is known as the Black National Anthem.
Right.
They did this in the government?
state, right, in the government. Like, just think about, like,
Or did the blacks go outside and do it?
no, this is in the state Senate. It's so crazy to see that this is, like, just to think of the implications, because this anthem has been used by black activists. This was adopted by the NAACP. And for those that don't know, NAACP was started by what?
white
W.E.
woman.
Du Bois.
A white woman started.
A white woman?
Yeah, but it was doing W.D. Du Bois
Right.
days.
Ida B. Wells and all
And
these.
he denounced his American citizenship, went to Africa and died over there.
So these radicals, right?
Yeah.
Adopted this as their thing. The writer of the song was an eventually became a president of the NAACP. This is like, to hear this in a state senate of America is just ridiculous.
And the NAACP is a bunch of crap.
Right.
It ain't about the people at all. It's about using the people. Did one white person say, no, we ain't going to do this up in here?
I didn't hear about it.
Not one white person say anything?
Not that I know.
Did they sing the song? Is it
They
a
said,
song?
I saw the whole senate standing.
The white people were standing too?
I don't know if you can see them in this clip,
But they weren't standing.
They were standing. They said,
Not white
please
people.
rise for the national anthem and stay standing for, he says, the Black National Anthem. He literally says those words.
This is from Breitbart. Here's that soundbite.
Now please remain standing for the national anthem and the Black National Anthem by the Turner sisters, Jalea and Jamila Turner.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring.
What the?
This is so ridiculous.
Were those two black girls over in Africa somewhere?
I don't know. They were doing social distance, I guess,
What the?
just to add a little more spice to the
That
2020.
is so pitiful. It's
ridiculousness.
almost embarrassing. And it takes a lot to embarrass me, but that's almost embarrassing.
I literally yelled at my computer when I first saw it.
I
was like,
bet.
What the hell is this? I couldn't believe it. I was shocked.
And not one white person said anything.
They all stood. It's like, it's such
It's
a
over.
it's such an offense.
This is why you should not let black people in government. They're going to bring in that black mess and destroy it.
Well, I mean, you've been saying, right, that shameless blacks were
Yeah.
kind of behind all this.
Yeah.
And you were like, my people are on it. We're getting the proof. I mean, like, to
Yeah.
sing this song is like a denouncing of America, to just be clearly out there that you're against what we stand for.
And the white people in that government were standing right there with the tails between their legs. Just imagine what those blacks in there would have done had they stood after the national anthem and sang a white person's song. Do white people, like, did the Ku Klux Klan or anybody make songs while they were doing it?
I can't recall if anybody from the Klan. I'll have to ask my fellow white people, and all my relatives, every
Yeah.
single one of them.
What's the white national anthem?
Yeah, do white people have an anthem other than
It's Studio. No, just Phil Collins.
what the? But if a white people had after the national anthem, hey, stay standing, we got a white song. Black people would be burning down the
Right.
the Senate there with the folks in it.
This would be breaking news
Yeah.
everywhere.
That is horrible. See, that's what I was saying in the first hour. My country is divided in ways that is
Right.
not good. And it's just getting worse and worse and worse because the whites won't stop the blacks.
This is true. The division is insane. It's almost irreconcilable at sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say that because you make a good point about evil following you.
Yeah. What the? And then they're so stupid saying that song. It doesn't fit.
No, it doesn't. They're dreaded. Jamila and Jamila.
Yeah, what who in the world? Why not take that crap to Africa? If they want to be black African, take that stuff over there.
Yeah.
Right now, the Africans are ruling, the blacks are ruling over there.
Right.
Take that mess over there. Let me see the white people just standing taking it again. At least you 30% of
Please
the
remain
white.
standing for the national anthem and the Black national anthem by the Turner sisters, Jalea and Jamila Turner.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven.
What does that have to do with anything?
Ring.
That song's not better than the national anthem.
Nope. It's like a fake like civil rights instead of the national anthem, a song of victory, of war, and of triumph. It's like
A slave song.
a slave song. Yeah.
Joel, what do you think? Joel, 30% white. What do you think?
Yeah, no, it's just it's crazy. And then you can see
Joel is another expert, by the way, one of my experts, and the founder of thegiftedofdance.com, and an audio engineer there. Okay.
yeah, no, it's just crazy. And then yeah, you definitely see the white people in there going along with it.
What's wrong with the white folks? Even the men as bad as the women, they just standing there. The men standing there. They should be going like, what the?
At least take a knee.
Or something. Yeah. Now, if ever there was a time to take a knee, that's the time. Yeah.
No, it's just crazy. It's crazy is how that's just accepted as a norm.
Just dividing us. One thing about the blacks, they'll destroy it for you. Chris, what's wrong with your folks? Chris is an
Weak.
expert. What?
There's weak,
But
demoralized,
this is beyond
afraid.
weak.
Yeah, this is some kind of
It's like they giving up the government and everything.
yeah, it's some sort of like masochistic, like they actually like it. Like they love being demoralized, they love being hated, and it's just good for them.
Because
like a
it's
sickness
perverted.
to
That's
that.
why.
Yeah, I mean they're so demoralized that they're learning to love it.
Stockholm syndrome. There's a sick enjoyment in immolating yourself and being like, okay, now I'm absolved of whatever guilt. But where did the guilt come from in the first place? It's
I
like,
don't even
how did they
believe in
get it?
guilt. I'm now thinking that has always been fear
Oh,
because they're afraid of losing this stuff. Did they sing the national anthem before or after this stuff?
before.
They did before. What a mess.
It's great.
This is so disappointing. All that Kaepernick mess. Now Satan is in the house. Amazing. It's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad.
But on this topic, Michigan, on the electoral votes being sent in, there is a duel right now going on that I alluded to earlier. But basically, in this country, for a president to be elected, the electoral votes have to be sent in. But it's totally theoretically possible for the governors of states to certify one set of electoral votes,
Yeah.
and the different states' legislators to certify their own. And so there's numerous Republicans who are sending in alternate electoral votes, like competing electoral votes, right? And so in this situation where you have the two different, where governors are certifying some and the Republicans are trying to certify others,
Right.
when they arrive to Congress January 6th to be certified, there's going to be a battle there.
Yeah.
Now it could be that both chambers of Congress, the House and the Senate, they just choose one and it's over, or it could be that there's a real fight and it will be in what Reuters calls uncharted territory. So
It ain't over yet.
it ain't over.
It ain't over. My PR guy, you know him, right?
I know that guy.
Ermias. He said, and that's what I was reading.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
It's all good.
He said, keep in mind that Gretchen Whitmer, she's the governor over there.
Michigan.
And Democrats are trying to create the impression that black poll workers are under attack. Wait, I missed it. It went out. Sorry. I don't know how to do that, y'all. Under attack by Trump and his supporters. And I believe that. I believe that that's why the Supreme Court hasn't taken the case.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's why all these phony judges are on the side of the whatever happened, because they all the lying and stealing at the polls, because it was mostly done by blacks. They were used to do it. Our blacks don't mind doing it, and y'all better leave us alone, because this is slavery, voter suppression. Y'all keep trying to keep us down, trying to keep the black man down. Mm-hmm. And white people are so afraid of being called racist that they don't want to really touch this and make it right, because they don't want to offend the blacks, because they don't want to look like racists, or or both. They think that the blacks are going to burn down the country again and go rowdy, and they're afraid. They're in fear of that as well.
It's a compelling argument.
Not realize the blacks are going to burn it down anyway.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's only going to be burned.
Biden, drugs.
So they're going to go. You say one thing that's disagreement, one thing about them, or you don't put in the people they want in there, they're going to do it the same thing, because they understand now that intimidation can get it. Mm-hmm. They're not earning it, but they can intimidate you. And they know that, and that's how they want it. That's how they plan to get it.
True, yeah. It's worked for them so far.
That's why they're allowing these people to sing this dumb song. What was it called?
Lift every voice and sing.
Yeah. We're sick of the black singing. I do enough singing. You don't need but one black to sing. And where I leave off, real rap. You gotta hate your mama. Stop stumbling.
Verbatim.
Come on now, y'all, quit. What a mess. Any more to this?
That's everything.
I had enough. My head hurt.
Yeah.
What a mess.